Okay. So what do we have is company code. This is important, which is the unit, basic unit, organizational unit. And what we have here is ledger group. Now, what are ledgers? This is a very conceptual and deep topic in SAP. Okay. So this is what you can take print of. And let me share you a tip. Percent PC. Enter. Okay, it's not allowing. What I can do is FB03 uh document list double F42 execute. Okay, now this is a list. I want to print this list percent PC. And it will allow me to extract the lists in XLV format, unconverted, continue. And over here, I can convert it to XLS and FP0322 Feb AA42. Okay. Okay, it has downloaded that. I can use this list for reconciliation for many other purposes. So with this in mind, when we have GL accounts to deal with, that means we are dealing with master records, GL accounts, individual processing, and chart of accounts. This is individual processing of master record, means that we are going to maintain GL accounts individually. We can also maintain at mass level, group level, mass level. But right now we are just dealing with single accounts at a time. Okay, and for example, if I click, this is a GL account master data, how we actually create master data. And this is the controls that we will discuss. What is basically the idea behind making a GL account, and how do we make GL accounts, and why do we need these? This will be discussed, of course, and what are these controls? These will be discussed as well, but this is where you create your GL master data. But if you see these segments, these categories are the chart of accounts. Now these are your chart of accounts, and chart of accounts is the backbone of entire SAP landscape. /n, and I will configure some of the areas. SPRO is the configuration. T code to access the back end. Now I've seen a little bit overview of the front end. Now we have the back end. In the back end, of course, as I told you, we have to configure organizational units. Organizational units start with enterprise structure, because you have to create a complete structure of the enterprise. And that starts with financial accounting, company code, and what we'll do is copy delete company code. Or we can do one thing. Instead of using this step, I will go for company code data. Over here we have a lot of company codes. Okay, now company code, as I told you, is a unit, a reporting unit or operational unit which has and maintains its own financial documents. Okay, and um, it has its own currency as well. We'll talk about the currency also in new entries. And I will use tab 1. Okay, and let's say this is a different industry. Okay, Teapot Industries Limited. City, Sharjah country, AE currency, AED language, English. Okay, tab 1 already exists. Okay, let's do it tab 2. Teapot Industries, tab 2. Okay, AE, enter. So it's very easy step. I've already shown you on request. Now I will create a new transport request. Now, what is a transport request? We'll discuss this. Tab 2 FICO. Save. Now this will help you to locate your configuration part. Okay. Okay, company code is done. It's your company based in Sharjah. It has its own currency, AED. Okay. And define segment. Now, what is a segment? Now, segment, if we go back to the entry that we made, the entry that we made, it had cost centers, which report to profit centers, that report to segments. That is the relationship. Okay. Plant, sales org, purchase org, they report to company code. Company code reports to controlling area. This reports to operating concern. And operating concern is your mother company. Okay. Got the hierarchy? It cannot be more simpler than this. And cost center, profit centers are part of controlling area. This one. So controlling area has a lot of power and it drives the entire enterprise. Okay. So segments are part of controlling area. Now, controlling area is where now in controlling area.
सर एक चीज पूछ लूं
Controlling area. Now, what comprises of controlling area? Product costing, profit center accounting, cost center accounting, profitability analysis, cost, uh, profitability analysis, WIP analysis, which is also called result analysis. What else? What do we have? And it has multiple integration points with FI, PP, SD, and so on. Okay. So this is a very powerful area, controlling area and segments. So segments is basically your business niche. Now your segments, yes. Speaking of segments, segments will be your geographical areas or your products or product niches. Now, what do you mean product niches? Geographical area, for example, your business look your business is such its a business location is that your business can only be done in locations. Um, like supermarket, you have a chain of supermarket. So a chain of supermarket will have locations like Sharjah, Dubai, Riyadh, um, Tehran. Okay. So these will be your segments. But Tehran, and if the nature of the supermarket is the same, it's selling the same goods, Tehran, Riyadh, Dubai, Sharjah can be profit centers as well. Okay. So what will be profit centers? In profit centers, because segments supervise profit centers. Okay. So if it is a supermarket, what will be profit centers? Uh, profit centers will be, for example, grocery, hardware, cutlery, toys, apparels, bakery items, accessories, books. Yeah, these can be your profit centers. But this is again uh, all to the discretion of your customer. And segments can be your products like passenger vehicles and SUVs. Your products can be your segments too. Product niches, and your product niches can be like passenger vehicles is sedan, limited editions, and station wagons, and so on. Okay, so this is an open-ended discussion. Your segments, your customers will dictate it. You will complement it, or maybe you will advise something else as an expert. Okay, so we will have, let's say, tap, not tap, yeah, tap. No, T2 tap to passenger vehicles and T2 SUV section. Okay, we save it. The next step, I'll just conclude this with the next step, and that is financial accounting, general ledger accounting, master data, GL accounts, preparations, and chart of accounts. As I said, chart of accounts is the backbone. So GL, master data, because we are going to create master data, I've already shown you how to, the way it is maintained. Okay, GL accounts. And we are creating master data of GL accounts because we have master data for profit center, because GL and profit center work hand in hand. Okay. GL accounts preparations, because we are going to prepare GL accounts under a pattern. A pattern is the segments. So let me do that. Let me show you. New entries, and that will be tab 2, chart of accounts, tab 2. Okay, maintenance language will be English. Length of GL will be 10. Save. Normally, the length is 5 to 6, but since we are going to be using secondary cost elements and geos for costing, that's why we have kept the maximum is 10. Okay, this is saved. Next is we use this chart of accounts to assign to company code. So a chart of account is independent. It can be assigned to multiple company codes. Tab 2. See, Teapot Industries, I can also assign tab 2 over here. Okay, so I can assign to multiple. So chart of accounts is an independent element in SAP. Save. Okay, save. L9CA chart of accounts. Now I'm going to use these chart of accounts as a template, or maybe no, I'll use some other one. LAP9, ZAP9, ZAP9. Just trying to save time, ZAP9. Okay, now this is much more better. Why? Because I'll tell you later. ZAP9 copy as tab 2. Okay, tab 2 is our chart of accounts, right? So we are making segments because under these segments, we will have GL accounts. If you want to make assets accounts, it will use this numbering range. If you want to make liabilities accounts, it will use this numbering range. Okay, save.
सर ये नंबरिंग रेंज भी स्टैंडर्डाइज है
Okay, next is retained earnings account. Now, what is retained earnings account? Tab 2. Retained earnings account basically is your carry forward account. 100, 100. It says it is not made, it's just a orange warning. Enter. Without this account, you cannot make any entries. So this is an essential. Okay, that